Welcome to OfficeSweeet. This is your introduction to OfficeSweeet. If you've never seen it before, I'm going to give you a brief tour so you know where things are. And I'll try to keep it brief and move along quickly. So, if you forget where something is, you don't have to sit through a long video to figure that out again. So this is where you log in, where you sign in. The first time you sign in, I would recommend that you bookmark this page. When you click this, it gives you a description as to how to do that. Okay, so it's a good idea because your login credentials might be kind of long because we use your business name .officesuite.com, and it's a lot to type in every time, so it's a lot easier this way. So your business name will be here. So if there's a different business name, it would look like this, okay? So go ahead and log in and show you how it works. All right, so when we log in, we come to this screen here. Now, this is the default screen. You can change that later if you want, but basically it brings you to the people we do business with. Naturally, when you're in business, you're doing business with people, and these people will fall into four basic categories: your clients, your prospects, your vendors, and your team or your staff, okay? The way the system was designed was that if you want to do something in the system, you would go to that person or that company first. For instance, if I wanted to write an invoice for a particular person, I would open that one up, go to the action menu, this big red plus at the bottom, and say, okay, I want to create an invoice. And you add items, so you pick those items here like this, and you add it to the quote. It says quote here, but you can save it as an invoice or a quote, either way. And once you save it as a quote, you can go back to that quote and transfer it to an invoice. The same thing as if you were in a vendor. Let's just go to a vendor here, and you wanted to create a purchase order. So we could say, open up a vendor, create a purchase order here, and to give us the opportunity to do that, and it automatically knows who that vendor is, okay? And say if you're an employee and you want to keep track of something, maybe you'd want to put in a note. You would, in that particular employee, you would add a note, or you could write a check, or you do a number of different things so that those documents are always in that person's file and you don't have to file them. So that's why it was designed that way. Okay, you can either click the contacts home or you can click the logo to get back to the home page where we have all of the people that we do business with. On the left here, the first thing on this sidebar is the scheduler. It looks something like this here. You can simply just drag and drop these in place here to do whatever you like. So, and these are all user definable. When you drag something in place, of course, you can adjust it very easily. You can move it if you want, and you can inspect it and look closer. As you can see, there's a link directly to the client here, which makes it pretty convenient to be able to go from the schedule to look and see if there are any particular notes on the client, or if you just want to get directions to where they live. And we go back to the schedule, and you can see we also have a month view, so you can see go by month by month. So we go to the task manager over here, so you can create new tasks. So you can look at a task and view it, or you can add a new task. So whatever you like, but that's what this is for. We have the journal. The journal is basically like your checkbook, where you can see a beginning balance and a running ending balance here. When you close a month, then that balance will be brought over to the beginning of the next month. Closing a month is quite easy. You come over here and do an end of month summary. Nevertheless, this is not training for the journal, but this is where you find it. So any check that you write, any payments that come in to your business will be reflected here. Bank charges and things like this that happen in your bank account, it's easy to modify that by adding a deposit or adding an expense with these two large buttons right here. Then we have the reporting aspect. Obviously, we want to keep track of all of the numbers, the money coming in and out of your business. So we can put a beginning and end date here, or we can just choose one of these here. And then we pick a particular report like a profit and loss statement, or we can look at transactions and things of this nature. So this is where the reporting is. Quite obvious. And we got payroll here, where you would do calculate the payroll for each employee. Each employee in your business will be listed here, whether you're paying them or not. If you are paying them and you've set that up in their account, Then it'll show here, it'll have their pay, the amount of hours they worked, and I'll show you how we get to that in just a minute. And it'll also show the amount of pay that they had, so it adds it all up for you. And that's their wages. So if you want to add another line, you can just do this and make an adjustment for another line. And then we have this thing we call templates. OfficeSweeet will create and store all your documents for you. We have developed a couple of templates here. We can look at one here and see what it looks like. This is just a template, so it has the dynamic links that we put in here. And we get those links from our special tabs, and all this information, we can just drop them right in here in place. So it's quite easy to do. So this is where we build templates. Then we have the admin control panel. What this is all about your business. You usually set this up in the very beginning. We'll go here, and the next videos show getting started with OfficeSweeet. And it shows you here where we put in these particular drag and drop things that were in the schedule. You add them here, and you can pre-select the amount of time you have for them. We have your basic company information here where you drop your logo. You verify your address here. You have different branches that you can have in here for your company. And we have those custom tabs. And I'll explain that a little bit more down the road in just a minute. But you can build your own tabs here. Now, there's only one tab in this demonstration here, but you can have multiple tabs. So you can actually build what you need in OfficeSweeet to produce documents and keep and store the data that you want. So it's very customizable. We have default messages now. Of course, we have quotes, invoices, purchase orders, and that. So you can put your default message in here. Okay, so anything, particular thing that you want that pops up. Now, of course, you can edit that on the fly, but this may save you a little bit of time if there's something you want to say on any one of these documents that's produced. If you need to import data, you can do it here or export it. And then we have the integration tab here. You can make an application here, fills in most of it for you. You put in the rest of your information here, and you just click this button here, and we'll get your merchant credit card services taken care of so that when you send an invoice, your clients can just click on the invoice and pay by credit card that way. Okay, and then you have your settings are in here, and then Gmail settings and things like this. So this is basically a lot of things to do with business in general. And down this column here, we have, if you do training, we can put your training modules in here for your staff. We have income and expense categories where you can modify those. You can add a category and put subcategories in. Same thing with assets and liabilities. It's basically your chart of accounts. You can customize that any which way you want. Maybe we have template subgroups. It's a little bit involved for now, but basically in your layouts, or your check layout and things like that here. Now what we have here, where if you wanted to upgrade your subscription, if you only have a subscription for one person, or if you need more people on your staff, there's my subscription here. You have access to that right here where you can click here and you can upgrade your subscription here. Very simple. And then the next button here, we talked about clocking in and clocking out. We could put clock in, clock out. So if I clocked in, it's just, I clocked in at this particular time. Keeps track of that. And then later down the road, I can clock out, and it keeps track of when I clocked out, how many minutes or hours it was. We have here we have training. If there was training in here, it would be in this area here. We have some settings here where you change your password. You also have the opportunity to get emails of whatever your schedule is for the day. So you get a daily email sent to you if you want. Otherwise, you can just look at your schedule on your phone. It's not a big deal. Then we have the default schedule, and I like the team view is set here, but we can have a month view or a week view or whatever. And then we have the default view of when you log in. We logged into the home area, but say for instance, if you're just doing the books, you can, when you log in, it'll take you right to the journal. If you're an accountant, maybe you just go right to reporting. So you can have this option to do this. And last but not least is very important. The line at the bottom here is the support and feedback. Of course, you can call us anytime, email us anytime, but this is really a very, very convenient way to reach out to us. I think you'll find this very nice. Opens to the contact support here. As you can see, you can send a message. You can say what it is, what technical support or general inquiry or whatever. Put a little message in here. When you click send, it actually goes to everybody on the staff. We get a notification. First person that picks it up goes ahead and sends you a message back. So you might say, hey, I forgot where I go to write a check. Somebody will send you a message back, click the red button at the bottom, and I'll show you that here. So if somebody said that, click the red button at the bottom, and then up top left you can see where it says write a check. Okay. Then we have, if you want to look at video tutorials, obviously you already know where this is because you're watching this video. So the next one you would watch would be Getting Started with OfficeSweeet. And if you prefer to read, you can do that here. So you can just click on one of these and it'll actually display a document that you can read to get you a little more familiar with things. And then this one here, this is the red plus button, would be your action button. Basically here, it's the same thing as that red plus. Shows all the different things you can do. Okay? And when you click the logo, you click here, it takes you back to what we call the home page. Okay? So and that's the home page takes you to where all the people are in your business. So to get started, you'll see that you'll be adding clients and prospects and vendors, and you first put your team and staff in there. So you have everybody lined up and you give login privileges. And we have the next video explain how you do that. Good luck, and if you have any questions whatsoever, the fastest and easiest way to get in touch with us is immediately you can send a message right here. All right?